Hi there and welcome back to the next episode of Up the Shed. This week we're going to be looking at disassembly, cleaning and the reassembly of the bed on the wood lathe. Last week when I was producing that handle, it felt a little bit loose, so I want to make sure that all the fixtures are nice and tight, all the screws are nice and tight before we use it again. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe to my videos, hitting the icon down in the corner there. And if you haven't already, click on that bell notification to make sure you don't miss any of the great content coming up in the future. Okay, so we're back at the bench, and as you can see I have the bed and a couple of the fixtures and fittings over here that need cleaning. On this particular fitting, the thread on this has been a bit gaued when I took the actual bolt out, so we're going to be looking at recutting that with an 8mm thread. Hopefully that'll go in. If not, we'll have to open it up and make it slightly bigger. We're going to give the bed a good clean down and a good sanding to get all the rust off. And then on the bottom of the bed here, we have this keyway. And we're going to remove this, take these apart, and it'll be easier to handle. And then when these go back in, we're actually going to use thread lock on these to get these back in so they don't move. Once that's all done today, we'll get it reassembled back on the wood lathe, get everything bolted down, and hopefully it'll be a little bit safer to use. So here we go, let's crack on. And that's the second one done. It's not perfect by any means, but it's functional. I wanted to get the majority of the rust off, which I think I've done. And what we'll do is, before we use it again, we'll give it a quick coating down with some oil, some whey oil that I use on the metal lathe, and all will be good. Okay, so let's get these fitted back together with the keyways on, and then we can concentrate on the other parts. Final screw goes in there. So take a ruler and that looks fairly good. So I'm going to tighten them all down where they are. And then we'll push this to one side. While we concentrate on the remainder of the cleanup. Okay, so next on the agenda is this part here that actually holds the steady rest. So the thread on this is a bit gaued up, so I think we'll just chuck this in the vise, and we're just going to run an 8mm tap through there. Perfect. Okay, so that's that fixed. Everything else in here just needs a quick brush out, and then I think once that's done we are ready to reassemble. I think what I'll do is I'll also clean out these threads. They're all the same size, they're all M8 on here, so we'll get that done, and then when I bring you back we'll be over at where the lathe is and we'll do the reassembly over there. Okay, well, as you can see, we're back at the wood lathe area now. We've got the bedway here, and we've got the tail end of the bed that slips in through the bed and screws into the centrepiece, tying it all together, and that will get fixed at the very far end. Before we obviously fit any of this into the lathe itself, I need to fit the tailstock and the actual steady rest area. So I'll get all that fitted now, and then we can carry on with tightening things up, making sure that we adjust it correctly, and then we'll mount a piece of wood and give it a test run and see how it goes. Okay, so I'll bring you back. I want to get most of this done and then I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, so after a little bit of struggling, we've got the bed back onto the lathe stand. Just going to tighten up the 2 screws this end, or 2 bolts I should say. And then what we're going to do is make sure as best we can that this is where we want it to be. We'll tighten this end up, and then we've got a grub screw down here that will tighten up to hold the bed in place. Seems a lot better already. Okay. So that handle there is to lock the tailstock in place, and below that we've got a grub screw. It tightens up onto the key that's at the bottom of the bed. Hardly any movement there. It's nice and solid there. I think before we do anything else, we'll get some oil and just give these a quick wipe down. that seems to be a lot better. What we'll do off camera, I'm going to mount a piece of wood into the lathe itself. We'll readjust the camera, bring it a bit tighter, and see what it's like, see if we've improved the stability as we'll be turning. Okay, well, everything's back together. We've got a scrap piece of timber in the lathe itself. Everything seems a bit tighter and feels a lot tighter than it was, especially on the bottom here where we had loose screws on the keyway. So I think what we'll do is we'll spin this up and take a chisel to it and see how it works. Here we go. Well, compared to last week, that's a vast improvement. So I think we've achieved what we wanted to do today, which was obviously clean the bed up, tighten all the fixtures up, and make sure that it's safe for future use. So, brilliant. Okay, well, a nice short video this week. Just a little bit of a clean up that I had to do up here. Some maintenance work on the wood lathe there. Tune in next week. I'm going to show you some finds. I've had some really great finds on eBay that I've had recently. Some tool steel and some tools that I've brought into the workshop and cleaned up and so on and so forth. And a massive thank you to those that have donated, and a special thank you to Thomas. He was my first donator on PayPal, so a really massive thanks to him. Hopefully the trend will continue. If you've enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as always, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Take care.